Okay, this one's good. Alright, this one's really good. Really good, really good. Alright. Videos, the looking at bad psychiatric doctors and nurse practitioners. That was supposed to be general, but it ended up being pretty practically about one. No, it only identified and reported one, but I did look up. I did look up and identify two. But I only reported one, and I explained why I was basically I explained why I reported that one, and that was the olanzapine, the antipsychotic, which was basically her telling me I don't know the difference between what's real and what's not. How dare she do that? Okay, so there's one reason why I'm probably gonna write this down so I can read it as well as pauses, but work on this again. Okay. I'm either right or wrong. We're going to assume in this video I'm completely wrong. She's right. Don't need a benzodiazepine. And if I don't need one now, that I never did, I don't understand why they ever prescribed it to me 1 to 3 months at a time. Back in the past, way back in the past. Almost as one of the start-off medications, really, which, again, I had no idea what was going on. They would use the word Xanax. Told me that, it's Ativan, basically a lower-acting super Xanax. Longer acting potent Xanax, but I would have been like, oh, I've heard all about Xanax. I heard people take it to get high. I don't want to get high off of this, doctor. And he would have explained, you're not going to get high off of this. What you're going to do is you're going to feel more normal. That's what they should have done. Way back with the benzodiazepine, and that's really what they should be doing right now. And should always have done as soon as they invented that medication for this purpose, and they started classifying these subconscious anxiety disorders and these hyperactivity attention deficit disorders. And they have. I've grown up in it. They've known all about this somewhere. It's called the DSM. The Diagnostic Statistical Manual for Categorizing Mental Illness. Actually, no, not categorizing. It is the categorization of mental illness as psychiatric and psychological condition. I wonder if they've even opened the first page of it, because I went through the first chapter, which was the only part I could get for free. And if I ever have extra money, I'm going to spend the $130 to get the full thing and all the way through it, and then toss in whatever I can, if I can ever get, like I said, on the right medication so I can function and get things done. I can likely have very valuable input in those statistics for the next revision, for the number 6 or 7 if I live that long. And could you imagine if I ever get over this hurdle, get collected, and they the psychological and psychiatric medical community recognizes my potent potential and invites me or accepts, an offer to contribute, the world would be a better place even more again and continue to grow. Oh, let's see. Heaven or hell, God or Satan, good or bad, right or wrong, white or black. I didn't like saying that anymore, white or black, because I really think colors are all the same. You say black is an absence of colors. I say no, black is its own unique color. What if you turn the white up just a little bit? Is it still black? That's a different shade of black. We call it gray. Well, what is gray? Gray is anything from pure black to pure white. Oops. But wait a minute. I forgot. We're supposed to say I don't need benzodiazepines. And that attention deficit right there just skip around, and my obsessive compulsive disorder kicking in to compensate for it, to get me back on track. Okay, now tell me I'm wrong about that. But again, I am. According to every doctor denies me benzodiazepine on demand, or doesn't recommend it after having me having to treat me. This doctor's having to treat me. He either knows what he's doing or he doesn't. If he doesn't know what he's doing, he has no right denying me that medication on demand without doing the research first. If he says, well, I can't make that decision, then they are required to bring in someone who can. And they don't. That's medical malpractice. But wait a minute. I didn't need the benzodiazepines. Alright, so this doctor, all the doctors except the two psychiatrists that, again, gave me benzodiazepine on demand. In fact, one of them, like I said, I didn't ask for it. I just described the symptom, and here's the Xanax. And I'm like, Xanax? I'm afraid to take it. I've heard so much bad things about it. And the doctor's like, no, this is exactly what you need right now. I was a good psychiatrist. But wait, he was a bad psychiatrist according to all these other doctors. You wonder why I'm having such a hard time with this. So, when I wake up, covered in sweat and urine, and despite the camera proving it, and the wet underwear and a wet sheet and blanket, and that feeling I have when I come out of it, it's not real. No, they are real, but it's my fault, isn't it? Okay, so I don't need a benzodiazepine, but whatever's wrong with me is bad enough to need a tranquilizer and to need antipsychotic, but there's just no way I need a benzodiazepine whatsoever. I take that benzodiazepine and I'm going to jail or prison for the rest of my life. 5 minutes after I take that benzodiazepine, and I'm never coming back, or I'm going to just literally be sitting here looking to fucking mix that stuff up and shoot it up in my fucking shit non-stop, and then eventually it's not going to work anymore, and I'm going to fucking freak out and fucking go overdose or die, or so that's why they can't give it to me. But it's causing my suicide not giving it to me. I don't want to die, but I do. I don't want to die. I just want this situation to go away. And it would with that benzodiazepine, unless I'm completely and just totally fucking off in La La Land and have never been in reality. Do you see what I'm getting at? And that's why I say at this moment to the next moment to the next moment until I see a psychiatrist right now. And I mean that. Till I see a psychiatrist right now. I don't know if this is real, and me watching it is real, and the fact that I'm watching it, talking about it is real, and all the files on my hard drive that I watch and rewatch, and they're the same thing, and the same thing I remember putting into it, that's not real. Everything's not fucking real until I talk to that psychiatrist and they tell me I'm either right or wrong. I've either lived in reality until this moment and will continue past this moment, or I've never been in reality until this moment that you just told me I haven't been. And I may never be able to pass this moment unless you tell me how to do it and force me to do it impatient. Wow. What horrific suffering and cost and devastation and everything else on here is a fucking confirmation of benzodiazepine prescription. Or for them to leave us all alone and just let me make my own decisions, go to the store, buy it, and charge me if I end up in a hospital with an overdose or complications to that, and not treat me if I don't have the money, and then I'm on my own, responsible for what I got at the store and did to myself, and it was my fault for not doing research or doing research and just not being able to handle it, blah, blah, blah. That's an adult, it's American, and believe me, healthcare costs will go way down. Way down. If I had complications because of it, but I couldn't afford treatment, then I'm on my own. That saves the taxpayers money. It saves the hospitals money. And it makes it so they have to drop their price if they want my business. And it makes me, so that makes it more easier for me to give them my business. But I'm crazy. No, I'm just autistic, complex post-traumatic stress disorder because of the child abuse. Or I'm a neurotypical narcissist who's never been in reality and has only known fantasy. That's it. I can't do anything else.